Well, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Happy Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday, and I forgot to get tacos today. Oops, don't tell anyone. Welcome back to Ohio. Well, technically this is Pennsylvania. We stopped here on one of our flights with the KERI-KCAK-KOSU-I69 PA-28. We checked out the Air Force Museum, we checked out Toledo, Ohio, we checked out Cleveland, and we ended up here. Today, we're going to make our way down to close to Cincinnati, because the Corsair that is in development from Milviz was based on a Corsair that was flown in the old show Baba Black Sheep, or Black Sheep Squadron, as it was known in syndication. And that aircraft is now being restored down in Ohio, southern Ohio. So we're going to go track it down, as it were. So it's going to be a lovely flight. We're running the unreal weather. It's early in the morning, so around about 7:30 a.m. in the sim. We're running METAR weather, so it can be easily tracked. Live weather's kind of meh. So, yeah. Let's go say hello to the chat. The lovely, lovely chat. Let's see. Three back cats music. Ha! I figured it out. I'm sharp as a donut. Has followed the channel. Many thanks, dude. Viper Strike 9510 is here. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good evening to you, Allison. Hope you're doing well. Hope your work week isn't overloading you. Kuzaki Flyers in. Good afternoon. Viper Kingsman is here. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're well. Saw you on Fabio's stream. That was awesome. Mr. Zed Rider is in. Decided to follow your stream this evening. If that's the more the merrier. You're more than welcome along. We're just flying GA planes over Ohio. Dangerous Brian's in. Oops, forgot we had an early one. Yeah, until the time changes. I like having a little bit of evening time after the stream. Makes it easier to get dinner. Jay Whitaker, time has come. Greetings, all. Good to see you, Jay Whitaker. I got a Jay Whitaker shirt in the mail today. I don't want to. I think I moved it. Yeah, I moved it. I can't show you right now, but it's awesome. So go check out Jay Whitaker's channel. Buy a shirt. They're cool. I know the guy that designed the logo for him and everything. It's well done. Viper Strike says Doom. Absolutely. Although it's technically Dangerous Corp. Two-Tone Murphy with the tier 1 at 8 months straight. Many thanks, dude. You know, it's been a heck of a ride, and glad to have you along. We are on the East USA server, Allison. $99 is in. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. Floyd Ricks is in. Good to see you. Noel K, welcome back. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Another guy too. Something along those lines. Speaking of shirts, I got new merch, and it's my favorite shade of green, which is an ugly shade of green to most people, but I think it's beautiful. And I got my logo all sorted out, and it's nice, and you can see it, and it's in the shop. So if you like shirts, I got shirts and masks and stickers, and I think I got a mug. So yeah. So now, like I mentioned earlier, we did stop here on a flight in the KERI-KCAK-KOSU-I69 PA-28, but today we're in the Just Flight PA-28 here in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's kind of spooky. Although, stay hydrated. Hydration is key. So yeah, I've been flying this a little bit. Flew it yesterday on the second leg of the Orient Express flight with Murph and crew, and it's a learning curve. It's not as it has the upside of being very unique and very interesting to fly, but it also has the challenge of it's a whole other new autopilot to learn, and it doesn't necessarily work in the most straightforward of fashions, which is kind of annoying. Which, I mean, we generally like hand flying as much as we can, but it makes the streaming kind of easier, you know. So yeah, Goblin Zeus is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Any caps? Unfortunately, the vendor I use does not have hats as available yet. As soon as they are, I will be all over it, though. Will you talk us newies through the... once I learn it, yes! It's kind of... Yeah. So, we go inside. We're going to turn that thing off. Look at the sun and the way it interacts. So we're going to hide this. So once you get your nav set up and you change it to GPS mode, because I'm using the 530, so if you're using the 530 or the 430, it'll work the same. Don't, I haven't really delved into the old school radios, and apparently from what Fabio said, in the Garmin 1000 old school GPS, it won't work unless you preload a flight plan, which is unfortunate. So basically, you've got your autopilot controls are here. You're really only going to want to use nav mode, put the heading on, and as long as the CDI in this is on GPS, it'll track your GPS line. Otherwise, it may or may not follow any nav frequencies that you're putting in here. I need to spend more time with it to understand. Worst case scenario, you just have to hand fly it, which, is what it is. Is the Mooney fast enough? The Mooney is going to be a lot faster than this. So the Mooney should be fine. Okay, the 3, just fly arrow for me. 2, problem, the Jesus. I had a problem where it didn't. I went to the escape menu, hit restart for the flight, and then it worked. So I think it's kind of finicky in how it works. So you're probably not doing anything wrong. It's just this plane is kind of goofy with the way it works with some things. Because yesterday it didn't work for me either, and today I managed to get it working after seeing some people make some comments about it in the Flying Fabio stream chat. So there's that. Chuckler, I have a Zoom meeting in 15 minutes. We'll find you after eating. Roger that, chilled, Corky. Don't have too much fun on the meeting. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this aircraft started. I got my new pedals. That's the old reliable Logitech, Cytec, whatever you want to call them, pedals. I need to find somebody that'll 3D print, because I found some Cessna pedals that work with the Logitech pedals, and I gotta find somebody who will 3D print them, and then I can install them on my thing, because I don't like the regular pedals. And there's Streamlabs reminding everyone to drink some water and stay hydrated. So, mixture and prop off to full, throttle cracked. We're going to want to get this. Oh, so many doggone buttons. That's there, that's there. I just want the trim up a little bit. Master, beacon. Audio would be nice. There we go. Now we got. So we'll turn it off. Stepping away for a second to move my car at work. Roger that. So go ahead and close the old door. And clear prop. Now you know what I missed. Fuel. Clear prop. There we go. Keep telling people I'm sharp as a donut. So if I can do something, you can do something. Let's get that down. Awesome, Goblin. Glad it's working for you now. Viper Strike says Erie, PA is known for being where the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812, the home port of the USS Niagara, and Presque Isle State Park, 4 million visitors. Nice. So we'll go back over here, turn the radio back on. Just gonna get some information loaded in, because I like having backup information and nav equipment. So we're not in Europe, so we don't need the VFR, squawk VFR for Europe. We need the squawk VFR for continental US, which is 1200. Turn that on. We'll turn the ADF on if we need it. Com 2 and Nav 2 are on. So now we're gonna check on the METAR, which actually we'll just check this. METAR winds are 140 at 8. 10 statute minus clear skies. Temperatures 19. It's a warm one today. Altimeter 3008. So we make sure that our altimeter setting is correct. That's good to go. We're gonna go over Navigraph. Pull up Navigraph, let that load in. So we're gonna go over here, and I'll show you. For those that haven't seen, I'm gonna show some Navigraph. So we're at KERI, so KERI, ERI even. Bam. I'm gonna look at the charts. So we want to just look at the overall chart. Now the winds said they were what, 140? Yeah, 140. So open that back up. And the closest to that we're going to get is runway 20. So we're going to taxi down to runway 20 from where we are, which is right there. So now the one thing we should have done before we started the engine, take care of the tie downs and the chocks, but you know, it is what it is. Kingston says War of 1812, is that where the British burned the White House down? Yes. I believe that was also when the White House was in a different place. Yes. Because by that time, we had kind of established ourselves as a country with capital and everything, and things happened, and the rest is history, quite literally. So parking brake off. 99. So you saw the area where I lived last night. What did you think of it? It's beautiful. Germany has always been one of the places I would love to visit. My father was stationed in Stuttgart back in the early 70s when he was attached to the Big Red One, the American 1st Infantry Division. Many, many, many moons ago. So we're gonna ramble our way down to the runway. We're just about there. We're gonna hold short a little bit. Get another look. I feel ashamed for that. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I look back at it. It's like we can't change it. It was what it was. The important thing is to not have a repeat. But don't worry about it. I mean, it's all in the past. So, looks like we're clear. We have no traffic on the runway. Ready to go. We should be on the East US server. Though I feel like a lot of us are flying with Flying Fabio, which is perfectly acceptable. Flying Fabio is a phenomenal presenter. So we're going to one notch of flaps. We're going to close this little guy. That's set, strobe lights coming on, landing lights coming on, as Jay Winokur is back. Hopefully my sinuses cooperate. I took some Sudafed and ibuprofen right before the stream, so hopefully I'll be able to talk and not sound nasally. So, on the runway, mixture to rich. Slowly add power. Oof. That's definitely a crosswind. There's 60, there's 70. Positive rate, tap on the toe brakes, gear coming up. Shuffle Shoes is in. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Put the flaps up. And we do our normal left circle of the airfield.
Santa, good morning, 10452 and Taki Bay Romeo A1, we are ready. Tesla 452, information tango, the QNH 1010, wrong position, contact 121.705. Okay, information tango 1010 and
that's our up. Dial back the power. 25 and 25. Usually I see some sort of people. I'm gonna do a fun thing and see if this was a problem. So do that, let it go, spin on, apply, go back, resume. So I know we're on the right server. Here's what it is. Abnormal 34 is in the house. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine. Oh, there we got a Firefly. Oh, we got 2 Fireflies. Huzzah! Oh, now we got a few. So I just needed to toggle my multiplayer. It's a weird bug. It's a beautiful, clear day in Erie, PA. Hey, it rhymed. We're gonna hide me.
Good morning, Alpine 7959 Hotel 1, finish 1010. We are fully ready. Alpine 7959, information tango to QNH 1010, full seconds, 121.805. About 1010,
So, I know everybody's gonna sit here and try to compare the Coronado and the Just Flight arrows, and I just see them as 2 different planes. We got a Baron with us. It's funny, everybody seems to think the arrow's really fast. It really isn't. Alright, so it seems like most everyone's up in air. We're going to stop ourselves when we get to 3,500, so we're going to select nav mode, heading mode on, autopilot on, and the little cheeky altitude hold button. And we need to make sure that that's in GPS mode.
Traffic, tow plane 87, Juliet with the glider in tow is 1.5, west of the field, turning northbound, climbing at 2.2 for 4.5.
So we're doing a nice, let's see, we've got, that's 25, we need to up that a little bit.
Traffic, Cessna 34 with November, it's right crossing for 17.
Beautiful, beautiful sunrise over Erie, PA today. Let's see, Allison's here. So yeah, we were flying, well, I wasn't flying, I was watching, but I was watching Flying Fabio's stream before starting out my own. Learned a thing or two. He's doing a really awesome flight. He's flying from Louisiana to Colorado in the Just Flight Piper Arrow. He started his first 2 legs today. We'll be continuing that on Thursday. Ooh, we got a DA-40. So yeah, part of yesterday I flew the DA-20, which was outpacing the Waco by quite a bit. Neat little plane. The DA-40 is another one that I haven't flown very often, but it's a nice plane. Well, hello. There's a wing wave. And look at the reflection on the base of the wing of the airplane. Isn't that something? In the Kenmore SR-22 says Viper Strike. Nice.
Traffic, tow plane 872 with the glider in tow is 2 miles west of the field, turning southbound, climbing at a 3.4 for 4.5.
So we're making our adjusting turn to get onto the Magenta line. But yeah, no, Southern Germany was, or following the Orient Express from France into Germany was just absolutely stunning. A little bit of icing. Murph getting a little lost. You know, everything that normally happens on a two-tone Murphy flight series. The crack was had. Crack meaning fun, of course, for my American friends. These seem to be going a bit slow.
I got you loud and clear.
See how that does.
Traffic here, Bay Tango, taxiing from midfield hangars to run up area for 35.
It's a beautiful morning. I think that was used in an old McDonald's commercial. Like in the 90s. So we're making our way down towards Akron and Canton, Ohio, which will be our first stop of the day. From there, we'll make a stop at the Ohio State University Airport, which is the site of our one DLC airport, which is a free airport. But it seems to do some very good enhancements to it. Well, I think the Thunderflies needed a day off, and I can't say as I blame them. If not, maybe they took a page out of Murph's books and got a little lost.
Traffic beach jet arriving from the southwest, west-southwest, for left traffic, runway 26.
Oh, it's a beautiful trip. Oh, excuse me. So, one of the best things about eastern Ohio is there's a lot more trees, which in and of itself makes it more interesting to look at.
Traffic beach jet westbound west, runway 26.
On the pleasures of VR, yeah. Pick a 5-string. She may be slow, but she looks good. Oh yeah. Well, slow being relative, she's faster than a 152. whole lot faster than me.
Traffic,
But
20 miles.
she's a good little ship.
That's looking for any traffic in the area, please advise.
My dad's actually flown a 152 backwards once. You get a stiff enough headwind and you can do it. But yeah. That's what I hear. I couldn't honestly say when, Floyd. But if you got the Just Flight Arrow, you'll get a 66% discount on the Turbo Arrow when it comes out. And I can't imagine it taking them too awfully much longer. So, yeah. 99 Owl says if I go any slower, I'll fall out of the sky. Well, don't do that. Allison says my housemate is a happy bunny today. Lauren and I bought her a Reefer G2. Bork Panda is the most selfless person I know. Deserve a new shiny. Get a ride this evening. Nice. Way to go. Roger that, pick a 5-string. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this Arrow is about as fast as the KERI-KCAK 182T, which I'm still not convinced is necessarily a turbo 182, and I'm kind of surprised that the 182 doesn't go a little faster, especially if it's a turbo. But, you know, that's beside the point. I mean, she flies nice. I'll say that. Just waiting for the Spit to go in the marketplace. It should get in there very soon there, Kingsman. I know the F-15's in there, the T-45's in there. The Eurofighter's in there. The Valeria's in there. This might be in there soon. Papa Joe B is in the house. We'll join up later in the stream. Awesome. I saw you in Flying Fabio's flight. Having a lot of fun there. Allison says the Piper's very, very good in VRs. Just Flight 1. Nice. I don't think I've yet tried either one in VR yet. I've been having some issues with VR that it's glitchy and it's kind of disconcerting. Papa Joe be still there, finishing out. Roger that, Papa Joe. You guys over on the Fabio flight were doing a phenomenal job flying in a very beautiful looking area of the world. I think you guys made it up to, started off, well, second leg of today, started off at Shreveport, heading northwest. As we move away from Lake Erie. Let's see. Iminji is here. Hello to you. Hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. And welcome to Ohio, or Ohio. We're on our way from Erie, Pennsylvania to Akron, Ohio. Kind of between Akron and Canton. They're right next to each other. From there, we'll make our way to Columbus, Ohio, and Ohio State University. Allison has spent many a month in Ohio. Cumulatively, I have as well. But you and I are probably doing very different things. I used to work for Formica. Drove through Akron kind of smelly. It sounds like Gary, Indiana. Special 6 says, hey, Allison. Hey, Colonel Fort. Great weather you have there. Yeah, running the Unreal Weather METAR. And it's made it a beautiful morning.
Final runway 32, full stop.
Steve Solo is in. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Had a couple of folks asking about the Thunderflies today. Told them that you're probably taking a day off and you deserve it. The same weather with Unreal Milk. Nice. Yep. And that's what we're using too. I was going to try live weather and it was just kind of meh. I don't think the live weather is necessarily all that accurate right now. Murph says that scenery though, it looks pretty good for being relatively flat. It's the trees. The hour change in USA caught us out. Yeah, you guys did. We did it 2 weeks. 2 weeks ahead of you guys. Well, it has, because I also turned it up and I got a tree mod that basically makes the draw distance for trees go a little further out. So it makes it look a little bit more realistic. Because, realistic, you can see trees is, way far out. And in the sim, there was a limitation, so... But yeah.
Warrior 4 uniform turning final, runway 32.
This kind of just leads into one of my favorite things about flight sim. It's just so relaxing. You just sit back, relax, watch the flight, just enjoy the looks. And there hasn't been a flight sim that looks this good out of the box and is perfect for flying VFR. And on top of that, the ability to seamlessly fly with other people. It's unparalleled. 99X says, would love to be used by Rex Weather, but I'm afraid it will destroy my frame rate. So, Rex uses METAR weather information. But so does Unreal Weather METAR, which is what I'm running. As the sim wants to bog down a bit. It works in a similar fashion to Rex, but it's less taxing on the system. It updates what airport it's reading sooner, and I think it's more accurate to the flight path. And it's free. I only found out about it because of the Flying Fabio. Yes. Yes, you can. Gibbo Ireland's here. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well. It might look like it might almost look like we're flying over Ireland, but we're not. So the Just Flight Piper Arrow autopilot has the slalom bug, where it'll go this way and then it'll kind of go back that way and then it'll go back this way, and it doesn't stay on the line very well. So when you see me dip and dive going left and right, it's not me, it's the autopilot that's drunk. There's a spit. We got one spit with us. I think that might be intentional. It's not meant to be super accurate, apparently. Interesting. 99 Owl says, did a flight over the jungle in Venezuela with Rex weather. That was bloody amazing. Jungle was boring, but that weather was something else. Nice. Yeah, weather can make a boring place to fly very interesting. Fun story. Back shortly after Rex first was released, I was flying with ailerons into the wind in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And we're flying along, you know, just happy as a clam. And I think Dangerous Brian was there. We're flying along. The weather's nice and it's getting to sunset. Next thing we know, a storm rolls in and visibility just goes to nothing. And next thing, you know, the next thing we do is ailerons in the wind and I are just scrambling to find the ground and be like, okay, I don't know where the airport is. We've got to find the airport and get down because this is bad. Gibbo, Ireland is soaked after walking the dog. I guess it's raining out. Dangerous Brian was there and remembers. Seems like a lot of the fireflies have caught up. Look at that Spitfire. That takes some doing to fly that thing so slow. I think it's always raining in Ireland. That sounds a lot like Michigan for a good chunk of the year. It's either raining or snowing. Then we get about 2 months worth of heavy summer. Let's see, so the METAR 4, where we're going, 23-1851 Zulu, so it might actually be old, it's about an hour old, so it's probably due to update here soon. Winds are 160 at 11 knots, visibility is 10 statute miles, few clouds at 18,000 feet, broken at 25,000 feet. Temperature 19 at dew point 0, altimeter 3005. That's good. So we're looking, if the winds are 160, and we want to fly into said winds, we're going to want runway 19er. For landing. Cap 9 is in, you legend. Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. Let's see. Viper Strike 9510 says when you get to the KERI-KCAK Airport, I'll bring out a 2-port A two-part factoid about both settings. Nice. Well, we're about 22 minutes out. Big Tone 66 is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. Coming in hot with the American paint scheme. I love hearing that Merlin. It's so good. Quite the variety of flights or airplanes going on. And that's awesome. So we got a Bonanza DA40, 2 Spits. Maybe 2 Bonanzas. Got a couple others off in the outside of visible range. There goes the autopilot again. Allison is in the Just Flight PA-28. Nice. $99 is in the Barrett. Nice. I have to trim to be able to chat evening. No worries, Catback. That sounds like you're in one of the spits. So it looks like the weather's changed a bit. There's those high level clouds. Well, on the upside, this left and right business with the autopilot makes it a little more interesting for formation flying. Goblins is Just Flight Aerosol. This very is good, but not fast, even with the mixture, etc. I have printed tables. It's all there for the, yeah. So you're definitely not wrong. So we've got an American spit with us as well as a British spit. Well, we're going quite a bit slower than I would have expected. That's there. Wind is got us mostly a crosswind, but it's definitely slowing us up quite a bit. Hawk Driver 101, good afternoon. Where are you guys at and what server? Can't find you guys. We are on the East USA server. We took off from Erie, Pennsylvania, and we're on our way to Akron, Canton, Ohio. So we're heading southwest.
Traffic, moving, taking Bravo, turning final runway.
I don't know what would be a more startling thing to see out your window while flying along, a Spitfire or an F-15. It would certainly be a bit surprising whatever way you spun it. And there's a DA-40. Isn't that pretty? That's a nice looking airplane.
Traffic transport for 19er Quebec. I'm 3 miles out. I'm going to go...
Nope, there's another arrow. We got a spit.
You go ahead.
Might be the Baron up there to the right that you can't see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Fireflies in view from this angle. That's some great flying right there.
347 is now 3 miles, making left downwind for 07.
It's just so cool. It's so cool that we're able to do this stuff. The mixture lock is a nice touch on the aircraft. Mixture lock.
Traffic transport for 19er Quebec. Turning left downwind for 07.
Mixture lock. It sounds like something I don't want to play with while flying. You can't show. That's nice. That's a good feature. Well, I could also see it being, for instructional purposes if you're at high altitude teaching what to do when the engine shuts off. Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. Random piece of lettuce on my yoke. That's odd. Oh, there's so many good planes that I can't get them all in. I can't get them all in frame. It's a good problem to have, I suppose. Keeps it from going past 40%. Little doohickey on the lever. Aha. With Just Flight Arrow, you can open baggage door and oil flap in flight. Yeah, it's just air conditioning. That's all it is. No, I just changed the lock of flight. You can't. Oh, what is the plane doing? The plane's shaking a tail feather. Oh my. Oh dear. What is going on? We must be getting a... Oh yeah. We're getting more of a direct crosswind now. Jeez. Cripes almighty. Zaki says it's flat, but sure is pretty here. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. Oh, merch. Yep, there's a link. If you like the fancy schmancy shirt that I'm wearing, which, blammo. So, it has the CF85 and the Twitch logo on the front. And on the back, if I can do it without, it has the full logo across the shoulders. And now introducing the premium tee that comes in olive drab.
Traffic, Skyhawk 7347, left base 07.
This is a good song. Finale from Reach. No, ODST. Yeah. So, just as a review, weather is currently 130 at 9 knots, so the wind shifted a little bit. 130. We're still going to want runway 19er for a landing. Hey, weather just changed a lot. Sure. Yes, it did. It is really bumpy now. So GPS is saying, gosh, one thing I'm not a fan of this is the camera angles are just, it's like I'm sitting way too far back. And a little too high. You know, I'm a tall person, but good night. Oh dear. We're really getting blown around now. Let's see, what does it say? The weather, we're coming through right now. Ooh, winds 140 at 7, gusting to 16. My goodness. And that's coming from Portage County Regional Airport.
Sky 2856 Romeo, turning base leg 07.
Huh. Yeah, it's really bumping. So it's gonna be make for a fun landing, that's for sure. Make sure that our altimeter is set correctly.
Traffic Skyline 264 golf, 2.5 miles.
Mother
Midfield to the
Hubbard.
southeast.
There we go.
Traffic 7.
So we got the DME working. Elson Johnson put the Windows Weather Preset Pro Big and Bold on last night. It had max windage and infinite gust and was acting all very weird. Yeah, I don't know the last time if you've updated it recently when they released the UK stuff. They fixed a lot of the weird wind bugs. At least it seemed to for me. So maybe double check that. Otherwise, I don't know. So we're less than 10 minutes out. We're about 8. Less than 8. I agree. Did I miss something? Oh. I missed what you said, KOSU-I Flyer. I apologize. I still have lots of clothes that are OD. Yeah, so do I. So do I. If we can, I have the version with UK. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, Allison. I used to have a lot of... Maybe report it to him as a bug and be like, yo, what's the deal? You know, I want my, weather not blowing me around when it shouldn't be blowing me around. To our right, Colonel Fork, is Kent, Ohio. Kent is home to Kent State University and their football program. And their football program produced alumni like Lou Holtz, Nick Saban, and Jack Lambert. Their rival is the University of Akron. Oh. I can tell you one thing, there are a lot of OSU fans in the Fabio chat today. And they're saying, oh, there's nothing good about Michigan. I'm just like, hey, I'm from Michigan. What do you mean by that? And not realizing, and I said that, not realizing that sports were being discussed. And it's like, nothing's good about Michigan. It's like, hey, Michigan's pretty great. I love Michigan. And then they realize that they're talking about sports. It's like, oh, I really don't have any stake in the matter. When it comes to college sports and rivalries and stuff, it's just like, I just love the state, man. We got more terrain than Ohio does. So there's our airport ahead of us. We'll take the flashy lights on the right are going to be where we're going to want there if it stops. Let's see what the current METAR says about, let's see.
RV left face, 07.
So winds 1309 broken. So some high winds, but winds are stiff but not awful. KOSU-I Big Blue was my favorite team to watch when I was growing up. Big Blue. Is that the Wolverines? I never know. I always root for the home team, but that can be a tricky prospect in and of itself. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the autopilot. I'm going to turn this on for traumatic effect. Oh, goodness. Turn to the right a little bit. That'll give us a bit of a tailwind. Actually, that'll give us a crosswind. Draco is in. Good to see you. KOSU-I Flyer says, and now I bleed crimson. Alabama. Crimson Tide.
Traffic, Diamond 405 Mike Alpha, departing runway 6 south.
So we're going to put mixture and prop to full. And we're going to start reducing the old throttleator. And we are getting bounced around. This is going to be an interesting, very, very interesting landing. So, gear, want the gear down.
Departing pattern to the south.
Hear it come down. Pull up, trim up a little bit. It's Specs with an S. Brian? Goblin Zeus, we will get a fun football game tomorrow. Begins the World Cup qualification. France plays tomorrow. Nice. Well, but best of luck. And I've got to update the PSU on that, but I'll probably wait until I fix my CPU, which should show up tomorrow.
Traffic, Cessna 776, clear runway, taxi to the fuel pump.
Give a Godspeed, says a prayer if you're up there, Superman. There's a spit, look at that. Look at it go. So let's get a notch of flaps in. Now we're gonna be fighting. We gotta trim up. The trim wheel is not very responsive. There's an F-15, speaking of. Power.
077, crossing runway 24 midfield.
This is a long final, I'll admit.
Traffic, Skyhawk 64776, taxiing to runway 24.
You get a little close to the center line. You can see friends at the field already. There's someone, looks like they did a touch and go. Just power a little bit, add a second notch of flaps. Trim down to compensate for the nose pulling up. Now we do have a displaced threshold here. It's that, so you see the taxiways on the right connecting, so there's 3 of them. We want to stop where the second one is. It is very blowy, Brian. It's making it difficult to get to the center line. F-15. Slippage going on.
Traffic class Air 4 Mike Kilo, taxi from the northeast to the run-up block, runway 24.
So there's a road right before the runway, so that's why there's a displaced threshold there. Hit that last notch of flaps. That's going to balloon us just enough to get us over that road safely and onto the glide slope. Now we don't have Pappies or Vassies to tell us our glide slope visually, so we just kind of have to guess. Down, we're reducing throttle. Neutralize rudder a little bit. Floating a little, so a little bit of a bounce.
Traffic party, 998. Entry left downwind for runway 36, Brisbane.
With a flyover. Ooh, 53, that was nice. There was a bloody bust on my runway. Oops. Alright, so I need to throttle back up. Now there's a hold short line because this is a runway up here. So we'll just park it here because, yeah, why not? So we'll park it there. Parking brake set. I'm going to open that for some ventilation. I hit that button. We're going to, well, I guess we got speed. We're going to turn name tags on.
044 is turning base for 10
Oh, dear, 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 dear. They need a toggle button for this. Go back. Resume. There we go. Looks like Arborshetta, Kingsman, Kozaki, and Hawk Driver and Commandant Muttley are already down. There's Floyd coming in. Viper Strike behind. Catback, Alley Cats all in. Nicely done. Zoom her in a little bit. And hide me. Frozen's down. There's Samson Video in a Baron. Looks like Frozen's in a DR or DA40. Viper striking the SR-22. Hawk Driver, it looks like the H-135. Fast Pete and the PA-28 is in. I think the H-135 is the helicopter. Yeah, that's the Airbus, the Freeware Airbus helicopter. USA PR-1 in the Bonanza, HCBR in the Strike Eagle. There's Dangerous Brian in, Steve Solo in the Spit, Druid Zeus, and a PA-28. That's what I've heard, Hog Driver. I've heard that it's actually well done. I watched a video from Jeff Faviano on it. I generally stay away from his flight sim videos, just, I don't know, they kind of rub me the wrong way. But that one was a pretty good video. Now, even if it was, I don't have every single livery for the HC-135 or EC-135, the helicopter. I don't have them all, so if I didn't have the livery year in, I might not have seen it either. So there's a thing. Druid Zeus is in. Nicely done. So yeah, it was U.S. Navy colors. Okay, I think that's one of the default liveries, so I would definitely have that. There's Bought It, Steve Solo, Shark Kitty's here. Hello, Shark Kitty, if you're in the chat. There's Papa Meerkat up there. So, Viper Strike with the fun facts. For Akron, it was called the rubber capital of the world thanks to Goodyear, home of the All-American Soapbox Derby since 1933, and the birthplace of two of the most transcendent stars in the NBA now in Stephen Curry and LeBron James. Nice. Where HCBR is going, he doesn't need roads. There's Chilled Corky. Masonic Lake and a Spitfire. So Sharky's on final. There's no pressure, but we're all counting on you. Nicely done, Shark Kitty. Very nicely done.
Orca, eastbound traffic, Husky 1 Delta Golf, standard left downwind, landing 16 Orca.
So, speaking of the H-135, or the EC-135, there it is. It looks very well done. The model's pretty good. It has a few rough edges here and there, but I'm positive they're working on it. Viper Strike in Canton, the NFL was founded there. Canton used to have an NFL team, home to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and the birthplace of the 25th U.S. President William McKinley. Nice. So, yeah. There's Masonic Lake. Live weather's been bumping approaching late. Yeah, the METAR was too. So, you're not alone. The bumps were real. So there's me just chilling out, you know, on the runway and whatever. I see Magic 888 off in the distance. That said, we're going to unhide me. We're going to go not use that button as Frozen has just subscribed. Subscribed for 2 months. Many thanks, dude. Much appreciated. Traffic nameplates needs a toggle switch. A ways out, Colonel will catch up. Roger that. I still have to taxi to the back to runway 19er. So, speaking of which, we're gonna release ye old parking brake. Make sure that we're not gonna taxi too quickly. Flaps are coming up. They should have come up a while ago. Come on, little gnat. Fly into my screen, will you? I'll teach you. Either I got him or I scared him off. Either way, I probably just looked like a crazy man. So we're going to... landing lights and strobe lights coming off because we're not on the we're not on a runway. We're on just a taxiway. That is pretty cool. Ah! Runway incursion. There's seeing a helicopter is pretty neat. Especially because, you know, Flight Sim doesn't technically support them right now. And there it is. It's just pretty awesome. So we're just making our way down to runway 19er. And we're taxiing pretty quick. There we go.
Pacific Beaver 620, just past Cattle Point, northwestbound landing.
So it looks like everybody's lining up nicely and politely. We got one on final. Okay, we're gonna just toss one nuts flap since we're right here. Go ahead and turn the lights back on. If I can hit the right bloody light. Alright. So, without further ado... Ooh, and the Israeli one, too. Thanks. So, if you've ever wanted the scale of a modern fighter versus a modern jet, there you go. As the Eagle's off, so... Slowly introduce power into the engine. We're gonna close the little window. A little bit of right rudder. A little bit of left aileron. And we're up. Tap on the toe brakes. Get stabilized on climb. You're coming up. You're up. 3. Lights off, so flat coming up. And we'll start our left turn around the orbit. So next stop is Ohio State University. Man, having the satellite imagery is just an absolute game changer. You know, and on top of that, having it out of the box with the sim and not having to pay, you know, oodles and oodles of extra money for it is just absolutely nice. There's the Baron. So we're going to get in, adjust settings.
On traffic, 6 Quebec is over American camp on the 45, turn into right downwind for runway 16, Lopez.
Man, there's so many fireflies. It's awesome. Very thankful you're all coming with me. Flying along.
Gonna overfly Friday Harbor on the way to Roach.
Just absolutely beautiful sim. It really is. Look at that. You could tell that it had 3 runways at one point, and at some point decided, nah, 2's enough. Oh, there's an extra. So we're going to do one more lap around the airfield before we continue on. Just look at all the lights. That's just so cool. I will never not be impressed by that. I will always be just in awe of it. Well, that's 4,000. Try to keep it at 4,000 feet. We don't want... Well, fine. We'll just get a jerky McJerkface autopilot. We'll just continue on, I guess. So we're at about 4,000 feet. I didn't load the next flight plan, which won't be hard to do.
Lopez Island traffic, 68 Quebec is turning right downwind for runway 16. That'll be full stop, Lopez.
Alright, that should be good. So we got that. CAK to OSU. Those are good. So weather at OSU is 23rd day, 1953 Zulu, winds 150 at 9, gusting to 21. Holy cow. That's going to be interesting. Sky clear, temperature 20, dew point -5, altimeter 29er. It's downloading the airport for taxi runways. It's still downloading. It doesn't want to do it, so we're going to bring up Navigraph. Let's see. KOSU.
Lopez Island traffic, 16 Quebec is turning right base for runway 16, Lopez.
Airport info. So it said that the winds are 150. Oh man. So we're gonna end up landing on probably 9 right. It's going to be our best option, more than likely. Let's see, 150, so that's a 6-degree swing. That's a 6-degree crosswind if we take runway 9. Yep, that's going to give us our best crosswind component. So, Navigraph, if you do a lot of flying and you like having charts available and some extra flight planning software and having everything up to date, including the nav data for Flight Sim itself, a subscription to Navigraph is actually 100% worth it. I never thought that I would get much use out of it, but especially now that I've been trying to learn the working title citation CJ4, it has been a huge help in a lot of ways. And even in just doing these flights, having the ability to just look up a chart, it's up to date. You know, it updates the sims, nav data. It actually does add some missing airports. So up in Michigan, there's an airport I used to go to frequently in Kilo Juliet X-Ray November, and it wasn't in the sim by default, completely missing. Navigraph at least added the runways so it was there. As Ben McClure's in the house, good to see you, dude. Hope you're well. Well, we got some thunderflies forming up. But Navigraph, it's actually very, 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 very useful. It'll update the database, the nav database for Flight Sim, for Sim Toolkit Pro, and little nav map, so it'll keep everything up to date and accurate, which is awesome. Two-Tone Murphy is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well, my dude. Look at the 4 spits and an eagle. Isn't that something? That's a challenge for that F-15, I'll tell you. The Flying Fabio is in the house, folks. My dude, welcome to Ohio. Hope your trip heading to Colorado is going well. Hope you're welcome. Thank you for the raid, my dude. Fabio, hey, sorry, gotta run, but enjoy the raid and the flight. Thanks, Fabio. You have a great day. Many thanks, my dude, and glad to have all the raiders with in the house. Hope you're all, dude. This is Ohio, and you caught us before we made it to Ohio State University. We're on our way, actually, to Kilo Oscar Sierra uniform from Kilo Charlie Alpha Kilo. We're at roughly 4,000 feet on the East USA server, and we're flying along with the Fireflies. You're more than welcome to join in a GA airplane. DC Viper, best university. I have no allegiance, but will be hitting Ohio State in roughly 40 minutes, give or take. We'll fly around a little bit. Hope you're all doing well. I was watching as Beep 13. I love the name. Beep 13 is now following. Many thanks. DC Viper is a graduate of the Ohio State University. Nice. DC Viper 985 is now following. Many thanks, my dude. The Buckeyes. Calm down, calm down, Draco. It's okay. They're welcome here. And many thanks, Fabio, for the raid. That was awesome. So yeah, we're on our way to Columbus, Ohio, specifically the Ohio State University Airport, as Fort Noob is now following. Many thanks, my dude. I've seen you both on Fabio streams and posting some very helpful links in the Two-Tone Murphy chat Discord channel for upcoming aircraft. So many thanks for all that you do and for coming along. Lol 1975 is now following. Many thanks, much appreciated. David Lewis, Dust Ninja, many thanks. So yeah, we're gonna land at the Ohio State University Airport, and then we're going to proceed to kind of check out Columbus a little bit. From there, we're going to fly to the airport designated I-69 as is now following. Many thanks. Many thanks to all the new follows. Welcome the friends of Fabio, the FOF flights, as Splasher Sips has subscribed at Tier 1. They're on a 2-month streak. And says it's my 2-month sub anniversary. Woohoo! Many thanks, dude. That's awesome. Many thanks. DC Viper says, "Ooh, there's a Columbus police chopper up." Yeah, we have a. Well, it was U.S. Navy on my screen, but it is a EC 135. The Airbus helicopter that's freeware is along with us. GNLU. Aha! I'll get it. Say, well, isn't this promotional for the streams? We are, from after we stop and explore Columbus a little bit, we'll be heading to the airport I69er, which, for those of you paying attention, the Milviz Corsair that will be coming out soon, was based on an aircraft that was a part of the old Black Sheep Squadron TV show back in the day, that was based on a real squadron in World War II of Corsairs, led by Happy Boeington. So DC Design, wrong one. Milviz based their upcoming Corsair on that plane. Well, that plane is being restored in an airport, or at a museum at an airport labeled I69er, and it's just east of Cincinnati, Ohio. So I thought, hey, we'll fly down there, see what happens. Let's see, Hawk Driver, not me anymore. I'm in the movie. Aha. Well, you were there for a little while. I think MedFlight uses EC-135, so I was like, gotcha. VMF 214 were the Black Sheep Squadron, absolutely. Let's see, Kingsman 9965 tells us we've improved a lot, the helicopter that is. Yes. I've heard very, very good things about it. I've not tried it myself. I'm a little scared of helicopters, because they are very complex, as less the TOG 13. I probably butchered that in some way, so I'm sorry. It's a service I provide free of charge for the channel. But many thanks for the follow. It's very awesome of you. See, will that be in the marketplace kernel? No, it's a freeware, and until they get a freeware section in the InSim marketplace, it's going to be on flightsim.to. As Mystic 247 is now following, many thanks. Goblin. I would imagine that the Corsair will be in the marketplace, though. Jukebox Grim is now following. Many thanks. I like the name. Let's see. DC Viper, I need to build me a collector first. Yeah, I'm one of those people where I like having the proper controls for things, which is why I have a honeycomb yoke and and a throttle quadrant, and I also have a HOTAS set up, and I'm going to end up having to get a collective or something because, well, it's just going to make it easier to fly helicopters. So yeah, the Corsair from Milviz is... last word I heard was that if all goes well, it would be released this week. I would imagine that it'll eventually be in the marketplace. Soon we should also have a P-40, a Mark I Spitfire, and maybe a Mustang, but I wouldn't get my hopes up for that one. But just a lot of wonderful things, and look at Ohio. It's, for being flat, this part of Ohio is pretty. And running the Unreal METAR weather just makes it look even better. So yeah, you got a great set. Yeah, it's been an investment, and as Streamlabs reminds us, drink some water. DC Viper cheered 100 bits. Nap time. Have a good flight. Check out campus while you're in. I missed the rest of it, but I'll be sure to check out OSU, and we'll certainly be flying over on our way to visit the museum that has the Corsair. Milviz has a nice P38 Red Bull free on their website. Yes, they do. I've tried to convert it to FSX and it didn't go well, or convert it to MSFS and it didn't go well. But it is pretty. So we are flying the Just Flight Piper PA-28 Aero 3. So you'll display your flight info along power. That comes default with Sim Toolkit Pro and some of their streaming tools. Look, there go the Thunderflies. There's about 4 Spits and a Eagle. Now, I'm no expert with the Aero. Fabio did a phenomenal job showing it off and explaining everything as something just did a flip and went down. But I like the Just Flight Aero. It's taking a lot more getting used to than the KERI-KCAK one, specifically with the autopilot. The autopilot on the Just Flight Aero is tricky to get used to. I'm not saying it's broken by any means, but it's just it's different. Learning the autopilot in the KERI-KCAK one was much easier because it was just like the Seminoles. The autopilot in the Mooney even has been a bit of a learning curve for me, just because it's not like what's in the Cessna or most of the default aircraft. It's a bit different, but I like the Just Flight one. It just seems slow compared to. It still seems slow, and it seems like it taxis too fast and too easily. We are on the East USA server, Unclear Ocean. We're roughly a third of the way from Canton, Ohio to Columbus. We are on a group flight, so you're more than welcome to join in a GA plane. You can see the Thunderflies coming along. Absolutely beautiful. Unclear sees us all on the map. Awesome.
Traffic Cessna 766 here at Papa. We are left base.
Let's see, we can't pass RGE true airspeed 135 knots in Just Flight. Roger. Are we going for 09 right? Yes, we are going for 09 right on landing. Because last METAR that we got from OSU was 23rd day, 1953 Zulu, winds 150 at 9 knots, gusting to 21. So it's going to be a sporty landing. 10 statute miles clear, 20, and according to the charts, 9 right's going to give us our best shot. 9 left is it would work, but it's about 2,000 foot shorter than 09 right, and it also has the ILS. Not that I need the ILS, but it's just there.
Helicopter 75 Whiskey Delta is 3 miles.
Let's see.
To the west. And we'll be transitioning to the east side. We have the traffic at the base.
So we're gonna pop in the cockpit real quick, make sure that our engine settings are where we want them, so we can move throttle up a bit, nose down a bit. Let's see, what airport code is it? That's where we left. We're about a third of the way. Nearest would be, if you want to, if you want to join us, the nearest airport will be Oscar Hotel 42. Be a nearby airport. So Oscar Hotel 42. You could also probably spawn on us midair if you want. Our destination is Kilo Oscar Sierra Uniform. Let's see. Never mind. Loaded your flight path. Nice. Happy to have you along. That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, it's just the Just Flight Aero it's a nice airplane. It has a lot more depth than my brain can handle at the minute, and I need to sit down and just learn it. But for now, it's good for flight. The autopilot kind of wallows left and then right, but it might be realistic. I'm not sure. Let's see. Pepper Strike with the fact. Ohio State is actually trying to get the trademarked. The trademark. Like the word the?
Whiskey Delta 1 mile to the west. We have the landing traffic inside. Again, we'll pass behind you. We'll be no factor.
How does that work? That's weird. I'm gonna drink some water. So we're definitely seeing more hills now because we're kind of getting close-ish to West Virginia. You go a bit further that way. I guess I should do this because he was so nice enough to do the raid. It's rude of me not to give him a shout out. So I absolutely have been enjoying watching Fabio's streams. He's very intelligent and explains things so very well. In my endeavors to learn the CJ4 from working with the working title mod, I've learned so much about them from his streams, and it's been, and everyone in his chat as well. It's been absolutely amazing and helpful. Yeah, 100% Jukebox. Scotland 737 or Comet Project is in. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Do you think they have the serpent mounts in the scenery? That would be a cool flight. I'll have to look up to see what that is. But it's possible. So yeah, look back. Oh, look at that! Look at that incoming. Look at that. That was awesome. Let's see, Scotland Comet Project, 3 weeks, 4 days, and I can get my Twitch name changed. Nice. You're getting closer. The Ohio Serpent Mounds, look it up. They're amazing. I will. I'll definitely look them up. So for those that don't know, that those flying pasts are part of the Thunderflies, the in-house aerobatics team from Two-Tone Murphy's Flying Circus. Doing a phenomenal job with the formation flying. I'm not on their level. We're going to go ahead and hide meet again. But thanks again to Fabio for the raid. Let's see, Mystic 247, they got a Twitch. They don't directly. But they do show up regularly even on my streams, on Two-Tone Murphy's streams, and I believe they've shown up on Allison Johnson's streams. They're still kind of getting organized, but there are plans coming in the future. So keep an eye. And speaking of Two-Tone and Allison, so we'll give, if you like my flights and even Fabio's flights, you'll love watching Two-Tone Murphy. Let's see. Jack was, do you fly the CRJ? I do not have it yet, and I generally don't fly the airliners. But I'm actually, from watching Fabio, I'm actually intrigued to potentially get the CRJ and actually get to learn it. I just want to learn FMS systems in like the working title CJ4 first, but it looks phenomenal. It looks very well done. But I've not flown it yet. I don't own it yet. But it looks amazing, and it looks like, and based on a lot of what Fabio said, where it's a lot more hands-on. It's like the one airliner I'd actually be interested in flying. Give Allison Johnson a shout out. If I can spell right. So Allison Johnson has been doing flights on Saturdays and has been recreating Amelia Earhart's flight around the world. She's been doing it at Mooney because we don't have a Lockheed Electra yet. And she's been doing a phenomenal job. Really taking, what's the right word? Showcasing women, pioneers of women in aviation, which is awesome. So give her channel a like or two. Jukebox Room, yeah, I'm a big fan of Bombardier and have over 400 hours of Challenger 300 on X-Plane. Nice. So getting MSFS now and want the CRJ. Yeah, it's like I'm not big into the tube liners in general. It's never been my thing. I've always been the low and slow. Give me some VOR navs and I'll be a happy camper. Maybe some warbirds and a jet here, or a fighter jet here and there. Look, here they come. Here they come.
Traffic bearing 78, Charlie Fox, 5 miles north-northeast. Entering a right base lane.
Looks like we've got a Hawk or a ME339 with us. Nice. But the CRJ looks interesting. Just if for no other reason than it's hands-on. But again, I need to learn the navigation system, the FMS, because I'm an idiot when it comes to all that stuff. It's just not something I've ever done. So I'm kind of stumbling along, learning bits here and there through, I think, can't remember the name of one of the YouTube channels I've watched. Fabio has been a huge help with that and his knowledge. Bombardier's HQ is an hour from my place. Real shame they couldn't get their act together. A lot of people are out of work. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, the flight sim. Slow down. Ooh, there's a little airport. And that's not doing a thing. So that is for India 3, I believe. Little farm strip down yonder. Looks like another one used to be there. But yeah, no, the CIG looks great. I'd almost want to fly like a 737 if it was an old school one that was a little more manual. But Fabio was awesome today with his aircraft. Fabio's awesome on any day in any aircraft. I mean, the dude just knows his stuff, and the fact that he's willing to share that with everyone else is just amazing. You know, going from someone working in like for Flight Safety International to being a streamer and sharing knowledge with the world is just it takes a lot of good dudes to do that sort of thing. And you know, Fabio just Good dude. Really been enjoying his streams as of late. The company I work for is HQ'd in Fostoria. Nice.
Base for 187630 Papa.
I'm about an hour, well, I'm about a half an hour away from the headquarters of Laco Aircraft. So there's that. And she's getting bumpy. Jackbox, the scenery is incredible. X-Plane isn't even close to that level of detail. Love the real world weather. Fabio kicked ass flying into a storm. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. I've, in fact, I saw the clip and it's just like, yep, that's a Murphy moment. We about flew into a mountain. I am getting a little wiggle in doing the tail wag, the wig wags of the tail, or crosswind. It's a little breezy in Ohio.
Traffic, Cessna 1235 Echo, we're turning out to the...
Would they give me a discount? I wish. I'd be happy with a hat. Or a ride in one. So I've seen him quite a bit. I know... Let's see, did you see who's near ground? I did Jukebox. I'm just watching it because I didn't catch the very beginning because his stream started before I wake up. But I did see the clip and it's just like, it's like clouds. Oh look, there's a hill. It's 100% a two-tone Murphy moment of we're having the chat, we're doing our thing, and next thing you know, hey Murph, there's a mountain there. Hey Murph, hills don't move. Murph, you might want to pull up. And then we pull up at the last minute. It was perfect. Just watching Fabio's, explaining away this, that, and the other thing, and just sees it at the last second of, and just yoink back. I think it's just the crosswind upsetting the airplane and the gusts. Because right now the weather, because winds are 140 at 7, gusting to 15. So when it has the gusting, it's gonna bounce us around, and because we're on a course of roughly 2-4, so it's off of us by 10 degrees and gusting, that's gonna upset the airplane. I love the interior of the Just Flight Aero. It's, in a vintage that I'm basically used to. See, it was a great save though. It was an awesome clip. I might have to go find it on the Discord if it's there. It was phenomenal. Yes, they are hot. Do you have a different interior? Looks more modern than Fabio. Well, Fabio today was running the old school radios with the there's a T45. And that explains the kind of odd sound that I'm getting because I haven't updated my T45 yet. But Fabio is running the old school avionics package with the Garmin 100. I'm running the GNS 530. So that's why mine looks a bit different than what Fabio is running. Other than that, it's pretty. Well, as far as that goes, I just had the left yoke hidden, so I don't know. He has a better viewpoint too.
traffic, Skyhawk 1235 Echoes, 11 miles south, leave at 3000 for 2200 on the practice RNAV GPS 36 approach.
So the closer we get to Columbus, the fewer trees that we get, and the flatter the land becomes. But this is a good chunk of what America does look like in the eastern half. We're not going to talk about that. Nothing happened. You didn't see anything. Kosaki says the looks great, but I'm happy with the KERI-KCAK. Yeah, me too. Honestly, I look at them as just two different airplanes. You know, there's nothing really wrong with the KERI-KCAK one. Really, the difference becomes what's your budget, what features attract you to getting a third-party airplane, and you know, base a decision based on those factors. I can't sit here and say that one's better than the other because I don't look at them as one's superior, one's inferior. I look at them, they're just different. The KERI-KCAK, well, the Just Flight one's $45. The KERI-KCAK Aero is $25 US. That's absolutely true, Goblin. You can. You know, I got the KERI-KCAK one first because at the time my budget, I couldn't justify the Just Flight one, but situation changed a little bit last week and I was able to get the Just Flight one. Yeah, and that's the thing. You're talking about $20 difference. The difference between the two in like Europe is maybe 10 pounds, 10 euro, somewhere around that, you know, neighborhood. Over here in the U.S., that's a huge difference. You know, that's a meal, a very nice meal difference. So it was harder to justify, you know, the Just Flight one at the time. It's very nice and it has a lot of very nice features, and being able to have a hefty discount on the Turbo Aero is, you know, appealing. But at the same time, where my situation was, I couldn't justify the Just Flight at the time. The price was just too high. The Just Flight had, well,
It's a criminal. Well, Charlie, Victor back taxi 35.
I've heard many reports, and based on my own flying, it seems like you know, maybe I'm doing something wrong with the Just Flight one, but it seems to just be flying a bit too slow. The KERI-KCAK one cruises around where I would imagine it should, and the Just Flight one doesn't. Again, I've not flown it in real life, so I'm, you know, kind of talking out my backside a little bit. They both fly about the same in general. This one gives more of a drop when you cut the power, which is what I would expect out of a Piper. In my experience with Cherokees, anyway. I know it's a slightly different wing, but you know, Cessnas float, Pipers tend not to. The KERI-KCAK one used to float. It still floats a little more, but not nearly as it used to. They fixed the flaps. But this one, the Just Flight one, it taxis too easily. And granted, I think the KERI-KCAK one taxis a little too difficultly. I saw the video of the instructor. I mean, I'm definitely not saying you're wrong. It's just something about it seems a bit off to me. But, you know, again, I could be very, very wrong. So we're 5 minutes to the airfield. We're going to land on runway 09. Welcome to Ohio. Welcome to Columbus. Why in the world does that just seem? I got new pedals and I'm trying to find the right home for them. So have the airfield in sight. We're going to let them go. We're going to hide that. We're going to turn that off.
Final approach fix for the RNAV EVS runway 36.
Let's see, Papa Joe B, the Coronado couples the rudder with the ailerons, which is tough when dealing with a crosswind and trying to take off. Does it now? That's odd.
There's a citation on
Yeah, it just seems, because we're going 172 speeds, and there's no way this would go that slow. I mean, the 182 and this should be about on par, going 130, 140 knots. That's odd, Papa Joe. You may want to double check your... Is it only with the Coronado one? That's possible. Because that just... If it would seem to be a bug if it affected only the Coronado one, but double check it with others.
Clear jet 300 Alpha November, over.
So we're gonna go ahead and just put the gear down.
The weather seems to have gone down there. I think we can make it in, but if we don't...
Jukebox says, did you try this in VR? Not yet. I'm having some odd issues in VR where I get an odd screen. It's kind of a weird glitch where I'll have to post a video on Fabio's Discord. I do have a video on Murph's, Two-Toe Murphy's, just as Gauge is empty is now found. Many thanks, dude. But basically, it's just a weird camera glitch. It's very disconcerting. But otherwise, I've just not tried it in VR as of yet. In theory, you can decouple the rudder and aileron in MSFS, right? That should be default. Be able to have them separate. Mine are separate. So it's an interesting situation Papa Joe's having. So we're going to put in 1 notch of flaps just as approach. We're going to keep the throttle about there. Keep it trimmed down a little bit for speed. Gauge is empty. Waves, hello. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the flight. We're landing in Ohio State University. I have linked a freeware edition for the... There goes the Thunderflies. A freeware add-on for OSU that kind of makes it a little better and more accurate. Viper Strike, as the capital city of Ohio, Columbus is home to the Ohio State Fair, Columbus Blue Jackets hockey team, and obviously the Ohio State University, especially the 8-time national title football program, the Buckeyes. Viper is requesting a condo flyby. Well, we'll see what I can do. I bet you those guys will buzz you on your... Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that's not even a question. So we've got the air... We have the airfield in sight. We're not doing a proper pattern entry and so on. Just because, man... You see downtown off in the distance that way. Kingsman first crashed on final watch for... Well, sorry to hear about the CTD, Kingsman. But we'll be still glad to have you along. Very glad to have you along. Hear that T45. I really need to update my T45. So we'll get another notch of flaps in, trim down.
traffic, Bonanza 37050. 5 miles to the north inbound for crosswind runway 26 for downwind.
Yeah, that's not good at all. So we're going to use this road as kind of our guide for base leg. Just throttle a bit more.
Traffic, Gulf November 889 Charlie Golf. We're Gulf Stream 4, we're 40 miles to the west of the airfield. We'll be coming in on the RNAV BCS 35. Just traffic.
So here's that. We got one landing now. Yeah, the CTDs, it's a love-hate thing. I love Microsoft Flight Sim, but the crashes can be frustrating. But when you get to look at the scenery, holy cow, is it worth it. Might be able to fly over it on the way, or after takeoff, once we get done here. So there's last notch of flaps. I bet that's still some Ohio State University farm program. Money says, money says. So there's the runway to look upon downtown. Overshot it a little bit. That's okay, we can recover. We're on glide slope, a little below glide slope. Add a little bit of power. Hello. So there we are, 9 right. Start rolling out. Reducing throttle. A little bit of left rudder in. Nose up. Oh, a little bounce. $61 a minute, not too bad. All things considered, so. Crack the mixture a little bit. Get engine back to idle. We're going to slow down. Open that window for ventilation. Strobe lights off. Landing lights off. There's no taxi lights in this, but that's off anyway. So we're going to do... We're just going to park it on here for now. So that we're going to do... We're going to skip that track. Name tags on, apply, go back. Go back, please. Thank you. Resume. And we're going to hit that button. We're going to hit that button. There's Moose Knuckle. So, welcome to Ohio State University Airport in Columbus, Ohio. Noel is off. Thanks for the flight. Just had to land at Columbus International for old times. So there you go. Well, glad to have you along. There's Catbat in the Spitfire.
Traffic beach jet arriving from the southwest, west-southwest for left traffic, runway 26.
Looks like we have a goose over on the ramp. There's Viper Strike in the SR-22. Unclear Ocean in the Beach 36. Here come the Thunderflies from the left. Or at least screen left. And I'm already out of water. My goodness. There's Papa Joe B.
jet, it's left downwind, runway 26.
There's Floyd. There's Hawk Driver to Mooney. Hold on to her, Hawk Driver. You got it. Look at this. Look at this low pass.
Traffic, Legacy Jet is 20 miles to the southwest, inbound for landing.
Nicely done.
Any traffic in the area, please advise.
There's Frozen and Spitfire. That's right, Jay Winokur. Landing sacks, indeed.
45 for left downwind, number 35.
There's Dangerous Brian and a Mooney, I think. Kozaki's in. There's Druid. Hang on to her, you got it. There you go. Good job. There's Jet Tech. And there is Shark Kitty. Sean Legoman's in. HCBR 1100. Going around.
Traffic, Piper Archer is about 20 miles south, level 5,500 feet, inbound for runway 26.
There's Skydive Man in the T-45. See Allie over on the ramp. There's Steve Solo and Masonic Lake in Spitz. Hey Colonel, are you doing live weather? Says G Slayer. I'm using the Unreal Weather METAR. So, yes and no. There's Papa Joe. Count Zepp's there in an A5. So that may be all of us down. There's Chilled Corky coming. Magic 888. Nobody else in the pattern that I can see. Still ways out. We'll fly though. Roger. So we're gonna make our way back to our airplane. Oh, the stutters are real. Oh dear. So, with that, we go back into the old cockpit. We're gonna unhide me. Get in the manual. Traffic. Come on. Come on, Flight Sim, you got this. You can do it. We're gonna do a thing. We're gonna turn that down a bit. Maybe that'll help. Alright. Resume.
Traffic, Skyhawk 5396, turning final, runway 32.
Alright, so there's a T-45. Parking brake is off. Flaps are going to come up. We're going to also load. Let's see. Flight planning going from KOSU to I69er. I got
Warrior 4 uniform turning downwind, runway 32.
PA-28. And Lamo. Woo! Winds are going to continue to be sporty. Destination airport says winds 160 at 10, gusting to 16. Oh dear. And we got a runway 22, so we're going to... Man. My buddy Brazenhead, who's a Sea of Themes streamer, has a running theme of headwinds. Looks like tonight's theme is crosswinds. But I look at it this way. That just makes us better pilots because we're challenged with the crosswinds. It's doesn't make it easy on us, which is that's what we want. We want it to be a little difficult. Wow, okay, reloaded with the KERI-KCAK PA-44, and it also steers with the yoke. I went into the settings for my CH Eclipse and watched the setting. Indicator bars and rudder pedals do not move when I turn the yoke, but only when the rudder with the rudder paddles. I'm wondering if it's because the yoke and paddles are on the same physical device that's causing the issue. I need to recheck with the Asobo planes as it's not as pronounced with the KERI-KCAK planes. Interesting.
Traffic, Skyhawk 53996, 7 miles to the northwest.
That is curious.
45 downwind, runway 32.
Okay, so we're going to do that. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. Rawhide. We're all nice and politely lined up on the taxiway, ready to go. So, those of you on the runway, feel free to take off. There's the ILS hold short line. Very nice and polite of all of you to be on the taxiway so neatly.
Traffic 2 kilos here, turning 45 down 119, traffic.
There's a second ILS hold. Interesting. Unless that was an old ILS hold for an old runway. It's plausible. Goblin says, I have no pedals, only joystick and power separated. Crosswind is hard to... Yeah. So, after you guys on the runway, strobe light coming on, landing light coming on, one notch of flaps going down, as Streamlabs remind us to stay hydrated. we got to close this guy before we take off. So mixture goes to rich. And we slowly introduce power. Oh, Spitfire. Oh, Spitfire. Ooh, that's a lot of left rudder. Slightly back on the stick. Good. Neutralize rudder. Tap on the toe brakes. Positive rate gear up. Flaps coming up.
Traffic 2 kilos here, base 1119 traffic.
Let's start our left-hand orbit. Lovely job by all of you. Go ahead and hide me.
Traffic 2 kilos here, final 1119.
T45 doing T45 things. Get our engine power settings where they need to be. There. Definitely don't need to climb any higher. So yeah, I think the little free add-on airfield for OSU is pretty nice. I think they did a good job with it. So what we're going to do, it's a little off course. We're going to fly following both this highway to our right and the river to our left. It is absolutely beautiful scenery, Kingsman. Yes, we are. You may need to cycle your multiplayer settings. If we've disappeared, double check your multiplayer settings. There's a mall. There's a T-45.
Traffic 10 miles to the north of the field and out 300 to my next now we'll be landing runway 19. Everyone's coming in the quarter of 25.
You know, the whole photogrammetry and the satellite imagery being out of the box has, I think, revolutionized things. And it's just so nice to look at. And for us VFR pilots, it's finally a shining day for us to be able to just see landmarks, know where we're going, and it's just phenomenal. You know, not even to mention the ability to seamlessly fly with people from all over the world. You know, this has done so many good things for the flight sim community. You know, and it's still being worked on. It still has its growing pains to go through, but that's not unexpected. But the wonderful thing is, anybody can still go and play X-Plane or FSX or Prepared. Having more options is better for the consumer because that gives us options. Now, I am trying to find OSU. I don't rightly know exactly where it is, but I think it's along here somewheres. It may be closer to downtown. So we'll head that direction. Maybe it's right in front of us. We'll stay the course for a minute along this highway. That we got a T-45, an MB-339, a Spitfire. See, downtown's that way. So we're kind of trying to look for Ohio State without getting too far off course. So far, I don't seem to be getting far. You can hear the Hawk in the background spooling. Yeah, that's 100% true. So left turn. I'm in the rain and the soup. I'm live. Oof. Okay, that actually might be getting into OSU there. The overclock seems to be holding up. Nice.
Rocket short, final 10.
I'm turned left now going eastbound.
Traffic, 341 Tango Bravo, coming up on midfield out of the southeast for a left downwind for runway 7.
There's a bridge missing. There's a couple of bridges missing.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo, turning left downwind for runway 7.
So here's downtown Columbus. We got some sports stadiums up here.
341 Tango Bravo, turning left base for runway 7.
Baseball, there's an indoor one, there's probably football. There go the Thunderflies. We're gonna turn north. Ah, there's OSU Stadium. Aha. That's okay, Brian. By default, it should be okay. It's just they did a few minor enhancements to it to make it a little more accurate. So there's the home of Ohio State football. Ohio Stadium was opened in 1922 and is nicknamed the Horseshoe. Stadium capacity is 103,000 people, and the highest attendance was 110 against Michigan in 2016. Nice. Oh, more Thunderflies in 339s. Now, fun fact, those walkways you see paved there, they were only paved because at one point in time they were just walked so often that they just wore into dirt paths, and they finally at some point decided to pave them. And you can definitely see why the Ohio State Stadium is nicknamed the Horseshoe. Because it kind of does look like a horseshoe. Alright. Well, we certainly found it. I was looking at the wrong river. So we're gonna, oh dear, oh my, oh me, oh my. So our altitude, we're gonna hold altitude, activate. And we're going to let the autopilot, excuse me, autopilot please. Thank you. Hold altitude as we say goodbye to Columbus and Ohio State University, which is, I've already lost it. It's right behind us. So we'll bid them adieu. Flying over the basketball and football, baseball stadiums, nice. We've got Spits, we've got 339s, we've got a T-45. All of the Thunderflies are doing different stuff. It's awesome. So we say farewell, and until next time, to Columbus and Ohio State University, and we're going to make our way down towards Cincinnati. WKRP in Cincinnati. If you've never heard of that show, it's a phenomenal show. It's great. It's the best ever of all time. My favorite episode, and I watch it every single year without fail, is the turkey drop episode for Thanksgiving. Oh, it's such a great episode. Les Nessman. Oh, the whole show, it's good. I mean, it's you can definitely tell when it was made, but oh, it's such a good show. Yes, falling turkeys. To make the quote, my favorite quote of that whole episode is, "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly." It's so good. It's such a great episode. It gets me laughing at just thinking about it. Spitfires away! Viper Strike, I have some amazing photos of Columbus on Discord. Nice. I'm sure you've already shared them quite nicely. Oh, I've got to get out of here. Oh, I can't go in there. Ooh, Mr. Two-Tone Murphy has posted the change log for the upcoming update to the Just Flight Aero 3, version 0.3.0 pending release. Direction indicator bezel now illuminated by panel lighting. Whiskey compass animation fixed. Sun visor animation now visible from exterior. GNS 530 display now remains visible after GPS unit toggle on EFB is used. Landing gear is auto extension logic fixes. Airspeed indicator accuracy issue fixed. Yoke timer paused when yoke hidden fixed. On-off control assignments now supported. Lights, master, alternator. Autopilot Omni/VOR hold disengaging after flying overhead VOR. Fixed HSI no longer drifts. Aircraft type now included in ATC calls. Inches mercury baro scale added to standby altimeter. Co-pilot, chalk, tie down, and tow bar selections, com, nav, ADF frequencies, and fuel load are now included in state saving. Chalk, tie down, and tow bar selections can now be made via LVARs for use by cockpit builders, VR users, etc. KMA 20 audio selector logic fixes. Paint kit horizontal stabilizer texture fixes. Yoke pitch animations added to exterior model. Checklist added. Further VR compatibility tweaks, including larger clicks box for small controls. Nice. And we're going to pretend we did this on the ground at OSU. You saw nothing. But yeah, Operation Turkey Drop was just amazing. There's a little airport.
2856 Romeo. I'm number 2, but we're way out in the pastures.
Look at them fly by. Yeah, we're going to indicating 119, and it just seems like we should be doing much more than that.
Traffic Skyline 2856 Romeo, turning base leg 07.
The sounds are very good with this. Although it's awfully quiet when in front compared to behind.
Traffic Skyline 262
Which is odd.
Half mile midfield from the southeast, we're overflying for left traffic 7.
Beautiful countryside. We're getting close to Kentucky by now.
Traffic Skyline 264 Gulf overhead for left down entry to 7.
Oh, someone was there, then disappeared as they nosed down. Well, that's interesting. Oh, we got a group. We got a group. What's going on there? So there's that's got to be a bug. That has to be a definite bug. Like, the engine is nice and loud from behind it, but it's really quiet when directly in front. That's interesting. It would almost be louder in front, I would think. You know, given the Doppler effect. You can kind of see the rolling farm hills.
Traffic, RV7 crossing over the departure in of runway 7 for the downwind.
And if you're wondering where this ATC soundage is coming from, it's from FS ATC Chatter by Stick and Rudder Studios. I like having it running because it's just that little bit of background noise that just, if you're flying like this, chances are you'd hear a lot of radio calls, just maybe not necessarily talking to you. And it adds that little bit of white noise.
Traffic, RV7, midfield downwind, runway 7.
Do really appreciate everyone coming along on the flight today, and huge props to
RD left base,
Flying Fabio for the raid. That was very kind, my dude. Look at him do things. Look at him do things. They're getting better at it. Flying Fabio I've really enjoyed watching his channel. I've learned quite a bit. The more I watch, the more I learn. He's entertaining too. Looks a lot like George Clooney.
Traffic out by on top as approaching the end of
It just seems like a real down-to-earth dude.
Crossing over left downwind 7.
And we got Murph, who's center of the party, man. Murph's a great dude. It was real awesome getting involved with Murph and his community. And before MSFS, I never had a flight sim. I wasn't really involved in the flight sim community. The George Clooney of the simulated aviation world, 100%. But before MSFS came out, I never was really involved in the broader world of flight sim and communities thereof. Murph says, Murph unfortunately looks nothing like George Clooney. George wishes he looked like Murph. Okay. Yeah, but it's been nice having a community to call home within just flight simming, because doing it on your own, it's fun, and you gotta really love flying it though, which I did sort of with the advancement of Twitch and YouTube, and specifically even this sim. Getting involved with the community just makes it even so much better, because if I'm having troubles, I know where I can go to find help, and find new neat add-ons and stuff to try out, be able to explore. It's really been phenomenal, and having just a wonderful support group of friends that are there when I need them. I can count on them, you know, if I'm having some troubles, to just shoot them a quick message and be like, hey, you know, I'm having some trouble, and have a chat and, you know, feel better. Merce says I find it amazing that our communities are very similar to the Fireflies, Fabios, and Osmosers. Yeah, 100%. And even the numbers don't even matter, really, because we're all just phenomenal people. They don't have the Thunderflies. But I wonder what would happen if the Thunderflies made an appearance on a Fabio stream.
Finally, want to make sure it's parked there and stop.
The Spitfires broke off from the rest of the group. Or at least two of the Spitfires did. Nicely done. KERI-KCAK Fly says we did a flight sim get together out in Wyoming back in 2006. Oh, nice. 2006. What was I doing in 2006? I don't remember what I was doing in 2006. Murphy, like a Bond villain, stroking his cat. That would be straight. That could be arranged. It must be done. As I sit here with my fingers at like C. Montgomery Burns. Excellent.
Traffic Cessna 776, clear runway.
Oh, there's that gusty wind. There's a spit. So, also, fun fact, I have live AI air traffic activated. I left it off and completely disabled forever. Not long, maybe a month after release, because it would just cause all kinds of crash to desktops, just all kinds of problems, and do goofy things. I was doing some Discord flying with Jay Winokur, and I was watching him stream over Pearl Harbor, and I'm like, man, it looks like there's a lot of players there. And I started reading the name tags, and I'm just like, those aren't players. That's AI traffic. That's live AI traffic. And so it's kind of neat that it's working, so kind of adds that nice depth of I'm not coming into empty airports. I don't have to necessarily have static AI aircraft, but that it works. No matter race, color, all are welcome. Yeah, 100% Dangerous Brian. 100%. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, who you love, whatever. We're all one happy family, and everybody's welcome. That's awesome. Yeah, because you were looking for Hickam Field, and it kind of merged with the Navy base and turned into Honolulu International. But just having the live AI traffic, you go to a big international airport, you got airliners there. I was doing some testing, learning the CJ4, and I was sitting at Detroit Metro, Wayne County, and I'm seeing FedEx planes, Delta planes, UPS, some other ones I didn't know what it was, but it's just like, that's the emergent I wanted. And then slowly I started seeing, you know, more aircraft with just, you know, N number registrations, and I've missed having that. And it's wonderful to have the multiplayer flight and having real people flying around, but it's neat to have legitimately real world flights in Flight Sim, thanks to, I think it's FlightAware. That's just it's mind-boggling how awesome that is. You know, it may be more accurate in some places than others. Definitely going to see much more traffic around international airports like O'Hare and Detroit, JFK. It's Speaking of JFK, I've been listening to a lot of Kennedy Steve, and I kind of want to go there and just kind of sit at the ramp and watch the AI have at it.
Taxi from the North Sea hangars to the run-up block from
Okay, that's just a footstep. Hey, there's an airplane. I don't know what they're flying. I either don't have it or don't have the livery. And speaking of new rig, I should have my new CPU tomorrow. It should have been here Sunday. And realistically, it should have shown up today, but they decided, nah, we're not gonna. Much to my own chagrin. But it is okay. I'll probably install it over the weekend. Looking forward to having a bit more CPU oomph for the streaming and stuff. So while my computer does well enough, it's definitely a lower end. What runway I have? 22 or 204? I would suggest 22. Let me consult with why do I get the feeling that this is not this is the right one. Okay. Batavia, Ohio, Claremont County. So here we go. Thunderflies are in. Winds are, let's see, information from 23rd day, 2135 Zulu. Winds are 150 at 10, gusting to 16. So yeah, we're 122. Skies 10 statute miles visibility. Clouds broken at 8,000. Temperature 21, dew point 03. Altimeter 2991. So yes, confirmed runway 22 for landing. I69, yes. KILN is not correct. You have a good one, Shuffle Shoes. Glad to have you along. You stay well, rest well, have a great night, and we'll catch you next time.
Four to the southwest, transitioning northeastbound at 500.
Yeah, 120 indicated just seems slow for something like this. Even in a crosswind. In a strong headwind, sure. But
Island traffic, Otter 42 is over Lopez.
I don't know.
Coming up to be in the airport, sending to 6,000 for Friday Harbor Water.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very odd indeed. I mean, it is what it is, but it just seems off. Someone just poofed. Hurricane Alpha asks, is this the Coronado era? It is not. It is the Just Flight. I have flown and do have the Coronado one, and I still kind of like it a little better. It's a little faster. But this is the first time I'm flying the Just Flight PA-28 on stream. I know a lot of other folks have flown it. They're both very good in their own ways. Oh, there's wow, that's quite the airport. That looks like it could be a hub for like FedEx or UPS or DHL. We are getting just thrashed around. Get just empty looking for the Discord link, and there it is. Look at that. Keeping up international relations. Yeah, it's a big airport in the middle of nowhere. That's really odd. That's a fact, Brian. That's a very strong fact. We've still got about 13 minutes left of the flight. It makes me think that the engine settings are just wrong, and they're not. In fact, the RPMs are a little high. But everything, you know, according to the engine things, I should be going at least 10 knots faster. 10 to 15 knots faster. EGT is at its peak. I go down anymore, it'll go down. If I go up anymore, it'll go down. So the mixture's good. I've adjusted the prop. Manifold pressure's where it should be. Current winds are 1508, gusting to 16. We're on a basic course, so the winds are almost a direct head or a crosswind. You know, we're heading 225, 223 degrees, so it shouldn't be slowing us down that much. That's very odd. It just seems like it doesn't have enough forces. I guess I still have time for some tacos. Hope you're all having a fantastic Tuesday, though. Prop setting, yeah, my RPM is at 2,500 RPM. Manifold pressure's at 25 inches. I should be cruising fairly well. In fact, let me look up. Let's see. Hyper Aero. course, they lump it in with the... It's almost like they just went to Wikipedia and be like, oh, this is the right specs for it. And used it off of PA 140, PA 28140.
Westbound landing.
And 28-201 R cruise. Yeah, so the cruise speed should be about 138 knots. Top speed 149, 200 horsepower engine, and I'm not even getting close to that. There's an F-15 MB339 and a Spit. That's a nice formation. Quite curious indeed.
Your harbor area traffic, hotter.
Yeah, my indicated according to SimTool Pro is just under 120. That doesn't seem right. I don't know if it's a sim issue or if it's just modeled wrong with the plane itself. I don't know. I'm legitimately at a bit of a loss. I'm not sure what's going on with it.
Center for the traffic, 762 touchdown line. Just right with midfield downwind, runway 1 and full stop Anacostia.
I'm flying at 102. I don't think so. Because it doesn't affect other aircraft in the same way. I mean, I'm in almost a direct crosswind, at a fairly stiff crosswind. It might slow me down a little bit, but not like that. Kingsman is off for the night. You take care. We will see you in the next one. Look forward to it. See you on the Discord and in Murphy's stream. You take care, my friend. Stay well. We'll catch you. Goblin says I have 120 knots airspeed in the cockpit.
707 Papa Alpha is making 16 for left turn out. Ready over.
2500 RPM 26. How are you getting 120 knots in a Icon? Oh wait, you're not in the Icon. That's 99 out. Never mind. Yeah, that's right about where I'm at, give or take, because of slight change. Viper Strike with the knowledge. Cincinnati is known as the Queen City. Birthplace of Cincinnati Chili, and had the first American professional baseball team, the Cincinnati Red Stockings, in 1867, now the Cincinnati Reds. Also, Cincinnati is the traditional opener of the MLB season every year due to its baseball history. It's also home of the Cincinnati Bengals football team and football club Cincinnati soccer team. In fact, it's also appeared in cartoons and renamed Cincinnati in a particular one. It's funny, when we get close to other states, Ohio is a much more beautiful place, with the exception of Indiana. That whole border is kind of, But that's Indiana's fault, not Ohio's.
Romeo coming up on Cattle Pass 3.5, going to overfly Friday Harbor on the way to Roach.
So I'm kind of thinking about, so when I first started really streaming, I think just before I got affiliate, it may have even been slightly after. That is correct, Viper Strike. So I had begun a cross-country series, and the idea was I was going to hand fly the Cessna 172 from VOR to VOR, and it's basically kind of recreating a family trip my mom had with my grandpa many years ago, before I was even a thought. And I started it, got a certain amount of way, and I just kind of, I don't know if I got burned out per se or what happened. I was getting, things happened and I just dropped it. I think it was getting to the point where, I don't know. There's just a lot of reasons, probably not a lot of good reasons, but a lot of reasons. I see the airfield in sight. Nice break. So I'm thinking about starting that back up on Sundays, maybe Tuesdays, but probably Sundays. Just I don't know, it just seems like the better day to do it at. So if you like the idea of a long-term series that's going to start in Michigan, go all the way out to California, and then come back via kind of a more southerly route, let me know. So we're in sight, so we're going to turn me on. We're going to unhide me, phrasing. We're going to disable the autopilot. So we're going to basically do a straight into runway 22. Mixture and prop to full. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
Island traffic, 16 Quebec is turning right base for runway 16, Lopez.
We get all the way there and then get a CTD. I am frustration. You're killing me, Flight Sim. You're killing me. Absolutely killing me. I'm not mad. Not mad. But why? It was going so well. Asobo, you gotta fix your stuff. Although, in fairness, it was a flight simulator crash. It was not a VC runtime error. It was a legitimate flight simulator crash. I don't know. I don't know. It's right there. Right there. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm going to keep saying that I'm not mad because I'm not mad. But oh boy, that close. I'm not mad. Gonna at least load in at the airport. Maybe a little, give myself a chance to do the approach again. It's right there. Yeah, Mr. Zed Rider, I was right there. There are no words. It's just I'm not mad. Went the whole flight, didn't need to restart the sim. Things are going phenomenally. Everything's great. Last airport. Why you do this to me, flight sim? Why you do this to me? It's not nice. It's just mean and cruel. If you think that's bad, I went to the kitchen for a glass of milk and 2 cookies, and as was my want, whilst walking back to the man cave, caught my not so little toe on the saddle board. The mile went airborne and dropped me. Well, there's that. I mean, it definitely could have been milk went airborne. Aha. Well, as long as you didn't cry over the spilt milk, I think you'll be fine. But I know the feeling. There's nothing like, especially when it's the middle of the night and you're walking along and you want to grab something from the kitchen or you have to use the restroom or something. And just, you know, you're just walking along. Next thing you know, your little toe just makes a beeline for the nearest hard surface. And lucky for me, I don't have to try to be quiet. But that's still, ow. You do have to wash the place, or Mrs. Two-Tone will have words, and I don't think you really want to deal with that. Just don't cry over it, Murph. As the saying goes, don't cry. It's no use crying over spilt milk. Ow. What did I do to my hand? The glass stayed there, which is good. The question is, how much of the milk landed on you? Hopefully your cookies survived as well. What kind of cookies were they? Flying milk, that's going to be the code word for abort landing, because we're going to crash. We've got a spilt milk, everyone. Or we got a flying milk. Oh yes, there genuine sympathy for that, because you know nobody likes stubbing a toe, especially the little toe. The little toe is so defenseless. Clean up in aisle 7. Clean up in aisle Murph. I did a few days ago. Talk about it. Yeah. Basically, when that happens, things are lucky that they don't go flying out of the room because I've caught whatever I was doing, picked up the offending object, and tossed it. Magic 888, thanks again, and a lot of fun. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad to have you along, of course. Sorry about the less than stellar end that have provided thus far. Hopefully I can save something of an end. Oh, but always glad to have you along. We'll definitely catch you next time. Oh, that's frustrating. I am frustration. But we're coming in. We're going to depart from about there. That's about 4 minutes. Everything's the same. We'll give the time of day about there. Yeah, about there. I appreciate that, Magic 888. Okay. Well. Dashboard. Disconnect. Reconnect. Viper Strike, thank you, Colonel Ford, for the flight. I will be getting photos of Cincinnati now. Nice. G-Seer, awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and salvage a landing and maybe catch some others. I want my dignity back. Flight sim stole it from me. I want my dignity back. That doesn't work well. Was it Chili's? Chili's had this. I want my baby back, baby back. I want my baby back. Chili's baby back ribs. I want ribs. Ugh. It's so good. Especially when you get it, cook them just right and they just fall off the bone. Oh, barbecue ribs. The night is still young, especially for me. It's only 6:30 at night. The problem is, there's not a lot of good rib joints where I am. Why am I at 7,000 feet? Why am I at 8,000 feet? That's no bueno. That I guess we're not that close. So we're salvaging it. We're doing what we can. We started a little further out than probably ought to have. So we've got max prop, peak, EGT. Perfect song. Goblin dropping 4-6. That's not good. You got me. You got me, Just Flight. A little speck of dirt on the windshield, and I'm scratching my monitor like, why isn't it coming off? And it was just part of the texture. Silly Just Flight. Well, it'll be a nice recovery if I can actually get to the point of landing. Fingers and toes and stuff crossed. I mean, it's a nice effect to give it the nice, classic used airplane feel, but it tricked me. Alright, so about 2.5 minutes out. I believe that's it. No, that's it. That's it down there. Alright. So we'll start reducing now. See who's airborne, see if anybody is there for a landing. Okay, we're in gear speed. Now we're in the white arc, so notch of flaps coming down. Okay. I want one of those SciTech trim wheels. Something fierce. But they're really expensive and hard to find. Much appreciated, Brian. Airfield in sight. It looks like a coffee stain. It's like someone spit out their coffee or spilled it. This is why you don't do rolls in GA planes. So we'll hit another notch of flaps, continue to trim down. Wonder what that all is. Wonder if that's a water treatment plant. Just, landing thoughts. So it's over there. So the museum that's restoring the Milviz Corsair is down here. No, Murph doesn't spill coffee. He spills milk, apparently. Okay, so there's another... That's the last notch of flaps. Down. We're going to trim down. We're going to start reducing power. Oh, hello. Thunderfly's got me. Alright. I mean, one of the nice things about breaking up the flight like I have, is I didn't lose all the hours from today. It just lost the ones from, or at least I don't think it did. It probably did. I'm probably just being optimistic at this point. I'm hoping that it didn't lose all of the hours, but it probably did. Not that it really matters that much. It's not like I can log it with the FAA. Should be nice. Okay, so we're on final. Got the numbers. Trim up a little bit more. Throttle idle. Fuel bounce. 157. This is a rough one. Okay, set power condition levers to idling. There's Thunderflies. Yep. I69er. Nope, this is I68. Well, Worky GLA. Many thanks for the follow. Yep, no, I'm at the wrong airport. It's a nice airport. Oh, me. Well, we're gonna do a not so... It looked like the right airport. Okay, so we're gonna... Actually, in here, we're gonna do kind of a cheaty takeoff. Oh, turn. That would be why I hit 8 instead of 9. It's landing practice. I did it on purpose to see if you were all paying attention still. You were all paying attention very well, and congratulations. So we're gonna go ahead and there we go. Now it updated. You know, big fingers, small keyboards. Mistakes were made. We're just gonna hot foot it. That might be it. That's not it. That's one of them. Perfect. Yes. Look, the important thing is we landed safely. We were able to take off after we realized that, oh, you know, we accidentally imported the wrong airport into the thing. So we're just going to go rental power this sucker to the right field. It was a nice approach too. It was a nice coming great. Why am I squawking VFR for Europe? Come on, Just Flight. Why you guys set it up to default to European VFR? I'm in North America. Yeah, that's easy a one up on Murph. Murph's at least don't think, hey, look, a chopper. That's awesome. Look, Ma, I'm on the news. Piper Arrow lands at wrong airport tonight at 11. Now, see, that's what we call a heritage flight right there. You got three generations of aircraft. Yes. You can only get better at landings by doing more of them. That's a weird looking color of water. Oh, the photogrammetry. And by now everyone's landed. For sure. Because I goofed. 17 miles out. You have a good night, nighty night to nighty night, owl. Sorry for the unceremonious end, but glad to have you along. Why am I getting a whistling sound? It's odd. The chopper's following me still. Yeah, we're absolutely giving this thing the gas. No range. Well, I appreciate it, guys and gals. So not only did the sim say, "Ha-ha," I decided to one up the sim and be like, "I'm going to land at the wrong airport and see what happens." Totally on purpose. Wasn't an accident at all. I meant to do that. Ooh, pardon me. I'm starting to see some blinky lights. 10 miles, 4 minutes. Cincinnati looks amazing with photogrammetry, I bet. I'm not sure I've ever been to Cincinnati. I've been through Cleveland, I've been to Columbus, I've been to Dayton, I've been to Toledo. But I don't think I've ever been to Cincinnati. If I've been to Cincinnati, it's been a really, 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 really long time. You know what also looks good? The Thunderflies. Great craft beers in Cincinnati. Yep, probably. Choppers, get to the chopper now! Wow. My name is Detective John Kimball. It's not a tumor. Wow. Who is the daddy and what does he do? Pardon me. 5 miles out at Rental Power. Airport's there. I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm Detective John Kimball. Yes. So, the museum is at the southern end of the airfield. Not that I'm actually getting there. There we go. I thought it was going to do it to me again. There's a C-17. Don't see that very often at a small airfield. Okay, so we're reducing power. There's speed for gear. There's the Heritage flight. I love Heritage flights because they're just awesome. And I never expected to see a C-17 in the wild. So that's actually kind of neat. Not gonna lie. So there's 2 notches of flaps just because of where we're at. Do thank everybody for their patience. Not only did the sim give us an aha moment, I gave us an aha moment. So I do greatly appreciate the patience of all of you sticking with it. I understand there are some that had to go regardless, and that's fine. But I do appreciate the patience of those that were expecting a end a bit sooner. Like the doctor said, the operation was a success, but the patient died. Oh dear. So we're dancing on final. Last notch of flaps. Gears definitely down. A little high on the glide. There's a glide slope. We're right where we want to be. Trim up, please. Thank you. A little low. Left rudder. That's a bounce. Flaps coming up. So I kind of want to see if I can find the museum. It's over in this area. Yeah, it should be right down here. It should be these buildings right here. Where the fuel... that's quite possible, Goblin. So this should be the museum over here. We're gonna pull off. We're gonna put the parking brake on, put the thing on, do to this thing, do to this thing, do to that thing, do to that thing, to that thing, that thing, go back, resume. No, that's the wrong thing. Hello, fuel truck. Camera, speed. Oh wow, there's still there's KERI-KCAK firing the C-17. Nice. So we do have still have some friends with us. There's Dangerous Brian. There's Druid. Flyover by KERI-KCAK. I approve. So anybody left for inbound? Here's Brian. Nice flyby. There's Druid in. Now the question is, can Kozaki get the C-17 in? Allison Johnson says, well, good night, everyone. I enjoyed the flight. Was in VR for 2 legs, so hard jet. Very understandable. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Glad to have you along, Allison. Sorry for the interruption in the end of the stream that kind of delayed it a bit, but I'm glad you stuck with it, and many thanks. You rest well. Catbats 9's off was fun. Glad you all enjoyed it. Those of you that aren't steaming off, we will be rating a flight sim friend here in a moment. There's the Thunderflies coming in. So I don't see Kozaki, so he may not. Well, there's Kozaki off there. But from here, we'll kind of give it a we'll give it a nice overview for any last minute landings. Landing at 13 to 14. That's not terrible. Look at the hills. There's actually hills. And this is still in Ohio. So we're gonna leave you here watching for any last minute landings. We're gonna turn me back, unhide me. Many thanks for all of you for coming along, for all the new subscriptions, to the gifted subscriptions, to follows, for the huge raid from Flying Fabio. I'm eternally grateful. But you all take care of yourselves. Thank you for coming along with me on the flight. It was great to have you. Even if you chatted in the chat, you were a lurker in the chat, you're all very welcome. And thanks for keeping me company on these flights. It's huge, and we have a wonderful community, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. You all take care, and stay tuned on Twitch. Well, we are on Twitch. We're just on Twitch, so stay tuned to follow us on a raid. But until next time, be good to each other, stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.